Hello, my name is Kelly Eddington. I'm a professional watercolor artist with over 150,000 subscribers to my instructional YouTube channel, Kelly Eddington Watercolors. Today I'll show you some different brush techniques, and together we'll paint some palm leaves. This is featured in my Learn to Paint Watercolor Basics Art Instruction Pad, part of the new learning series from Strathmore. This project is easy, and when you do it yourself, you might feel like you're just fooling around, but it will help you discover how many different marks your brushes can make. And we'll do all of these in the top half of your sheet of watercolor paper. Here are some things you can try with a round brush. Vary the pressure. This produces a variety of widths. Lay the brush on its side and use it like a stamp. Fill in a big block. Drag the brush to reveal the paper's rough surface. Make some dots with the tip, or paint some thin lines using the brush's tip. Next, let's see what we can do with a flat brush. Make rectangles, parallelograms. You can create straight lines by holding it sideways. Produce thick lines of varying widths. That zigzag pattern is fun to do. You can drag the brush across the paper to make tiny parallel lines. Make a sort of blocky texture. Or make little dots using the corner. And just to show you what they can do, here's a fan brush and an old brush. Try those if you have them, but this is optional. Cool, right? You can make lots of beautiful wavy lines in a single stroke, dot it to create lots of spots quickly, and paint grassy textures with the fan brush. And this fuzzy old brush can paint textures like fur and hair. Or I'll dot with it. Or lightly dust a mostly dry brush over the surface for a misty effect. If you have extra room, see how many other kinds of marks you can make. Next, we're going to paint some palm leaves. This quick exercise will show you how to use and control several brushes. You'll paint it in the lower half of your watercolor paper, and I encourage you to use the template at strathmorelearning.com to help you draw it if you're feeling lost. Choose 3 colors, light, medium, and dark, any colors you like. The background palm will be the lightest color, the middle one will be medium, and the front palm will be dark. Paint the background palm with a pale version of your light color, and vary the pressure on your small round brush to make leaves of varying widths. Let this dry. The center palm is closer and a bit more detailed. Paint it a medium bold version of your medium color and layer this over the first one with a larger round brush. Basically, every brush stroke you will make will become a single leaf. If you're off a little here and there, it's not a big deal. Who would know? I find this so relaxing. One color, easy shapes. See how I'm going right over the top of my first color? I like how complex this starts to look for such a quick painting. I'm varying the amount of pressure on the brush with each leaf. I start out gently where the leaf attaches, and then I press down a bit for the fat part of the leaf, and finally I ease up on the pressure when I reach the tip. To give these leaves more dimension, I'm using a more intense version of that same color on darker parts. To make your color more intense, simply use less water than before. Don't feel like you have to duplicate every single leaf faithfully, but I think it will look more natural if you try to have some variety here. Make some curved leaves, some straight ones, and some that overlap. But don't just paint the same leaf over and over. Then give this some time to dry. The first color I used is called Permanent Green Light, and the middle palm is cerulean. Now I've switched to a flat brush and I'm painting it with ultramarine blue. I'm holding the brush mostly sideways, and you can see how quickly it makes fatter leaves with skinny tips. I'm layering or glazing the ultramarine blue right over the top of the other leaves. Just like with the middle palm, I'm using more intense ultramarine blue to define these leaves. Since this palm is closer to the viewer of this painting, I'm spending more time with its details. The green palm in the background, which I didn't do this with, seems to fade into the distance, and this gives the painting some depth. And now some finishing touches to suggest that these palm leaves are in a pot. A fun, quick painting. I hope you enjoyed learning these brush techniques and painting these palm leaves. Check out the other video tutorials from my Learn to Paint Watercolor Basics pad to learn even more watercolor painting techniques. And you can go to strathmorelearning.com to discover other Strathmore Learning Series products that I think you'll enjoy. Thanks for watching.